everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to another MAMJ Let's Play of Detective Inaba Chapter 2, or Number 2. When we left off, somebody died. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you now, somebody died. So, we're going around, we're meeting everybody, saying hello, and trying to figure out what actually happened here. Oh, hello there. I'm the gardener, Kurita.
Oh, a gardener. Say, what are those flowers you're holding called? They're very pretty.
Yep. These buttes are called anemones. In the language of flowers, these can mean love in vain or suffering of love. Not to be confused with sea anemone. Oh no, I wouldn't wish anything like them on my worst anemone.
I see.
But that's not all. Did you know that a flower's meaning can change from the color alone? Like for example, the red anemone means I love you. Then the white anemone means truth and anticipation and hope. And the purple anemone means I'll believe and I'll wait for... Mr. Kurita, there's no time for long stories. Maybe you can tell them another time? Ah, I understand, young Master Asusa. Well then, you know where to find me. I'm always gladious to meet new people. Sorry about that, you guys. It's just that once Mr. Kurita gets started about flowers, he doesn't know when to stop. You really stepped on the line, man, that time, Arimura.
Me and my big mouth.
Aw, poor Arimura. It's not her fault. This is the archive room. And there's stuff. Okay, bye. I'm guessing there's nothing big. This is the dining room. It's pretty huge because we've made our entire family, it's made so our entire family can eat together. Though that's becoming more of a dying tradition for us lately. Aoi, how are you?
Good afternoon. My name is Aoi Sakaki. I'm the youngest of my brothers and sisters. It is nice to meet both of you. How do you do? Oh, pleasure meeting you is nice too.
Was that your attempt at being polite, Arimura? I thought that only happens when pigs fly.
I kinda humbly request for you to shut your trap, Mr. Inaba.
Okay, fun.
Do you need my assistance for anything today, sir?
Not at the moment, thank you for the offer.
If that is what you wish. If you ever need my help at all, please be sure to ask me.
I sure will. That's a huge window. The snow is accumulating outside. Okay, so we're in winter, or maybe... Oh no, probably winter. This is the butler's pantry. Over there is the service elevator. The helpers use it to deliver tea and other such things. Okay, serving cart for transporting tea and meals. Go ahead and leave that alone. This is the kitchen. My family rarely comes in here since it's mainly for our helpers. Kitchen scale. Washer dryer combo. Okay, oh wow. We are storage room. Can I go in there? No. All right, so I'm trying to get a lay of the land. This is one of the guest bedrooms. We tend to get a lot of guests, and we have a lot of spare rooms, so it kind of worked out in our favor. Nothing in this closet. Oh, so he's fine with checking this one because it's a empty guest room. Books written in a foreign language, you know, to look fancy and classy. I gotcha. What's this? This is a sunroom. You could almost say that this is like a second home to Mr. Kurita, our gardener. I could see why. A variety of flowers growing here. Some are labeled forget-me-nots and anemone amongst others. Is he trying to tell us that he's hurting inside, even though he puts up such a bright facade? He's actually just in pain, and it's all through like the language of flowers. Is that what it is? Beautiful red roses planted here. They're all well maintained. Of course they are. I guess we need to go to the third floor because I haven't even gone there. Can we go outside? I do not need to leave this mansion right now. But you might. Alright, fine, we'll go up. This entire floor is for the accommodations of our helpers. Okay. Oh, they kind of got a bad deal on this, huh? Custodian closet for household staff. This room belongs to our housekeeper, Miss Sasamoto. Miss Sasamoto's a new hire, so she makes a lot of mistakes. That's why Mr. Ishihara, our butler, has to scold her pretty often. Maybe stand up for her a little bit? No? Okay, what kind of books does she have? Practical books. Okay. Shower facilities for household staff. Toilet room. This room belongs to our gardener, Mr. Kurita. Mr. Kurita has been working here for the past 5 years. Despite his youthful appearance, he is in fact 30 years old. He seems to be incapable of talking about little else other than flowers, flower meanings, and gardening. Ooh, a diary. It looks like a book about the language of flowers. Sure. Oh dear God. Camilla, Japanese name. Tsubaki, modest, tenderness, pride, and modesty. Okay, Carnation, Japanese Nadeshiko. Boldness, pure love, and fidelity. And then, Catalpa? Japanese name Azusa, dreamy state of mind. So, a lot of people have, like, flower-related names in this game, right? Oh my god. Okay, daintiness, purity, gracefulness, and smiling for you, that's Sakura. Claria, which is Sakaki. Modest, virtue, unmistakable, or unshakable, and revered God. Gentian, Japanese name Rindo. I love you best when you are sad. That's a terrible message. Righteousness and sincerity. Okay, Jujubi, I guess. Natsume, which is health, youthfulness, and prodigy. Matter, Akane, think of me, flattery and distrust. And Malo, Aoi, believing heart, calmness, gentleness, and honor. So does everybody have a flower name? Maybe? Gardening as well as this guides to flowers. Okay. I don't know if everyone does, but it seemed like it. This room belongs to our butler, Mr. Ishihara. Mr. Ishihara is our veteran helper and has been working here in this mansion for over 10 years. Also, since we don't have a private chef, he's also responsible for preparing all the meals. I believe that's for the tour of the mansion. Shouldn't we go to my dad's room now? Oh yes, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Scene of the crime, that's what I came here for. Actually, it's not, it's to look into an affair, but same difference, really. Young Master Azusa, may I ask who these people are with you? I'm sure you're already familiar with our family doctor, but this is Mr. Inaba, a detective, and his assistant, Miss Arimura. They are here to investigate the circumstances of Dad's death. Mr. Investigator, this is the butler, Mr. Ishihara.
It's nice to meet you. We were hired by Miss Sakaki.
A personal request from the madam? Would it be alright if I investigate the scene of the death? Wouldn't it be best to wait for the authorities first, sir? And I'm guessing that would be them right now. It appears so. Mr. Ishihara, would you please let them in? Certainly, sir. If you'll excuse me so I leave this door unguarded. Now then, the place is all yours, Mr. Investigator.
Huh? But aren't we supposed to be waiting for the police?
I have no recollection of agreeing to wait for them. Do you? That was sly of you, Azusa. Arimura, you would do well to learn from his example.
That's an example I'm not comfortable with following, honestly.
Thanks to Azusa's quick thinking, we gained a sliver of time to spare. Let's investigate all we can and fast.
Okay, I'm ready. Just a moment, everyone. Nina, Azusa, I recommend the two of you wait here while Mr. Inaba and I go investigate. Well, why can't I come?
The death scene has been completely untouched, so it means that you two might see Mr. Sakaki's lifeless body. No children is to be exposed to such trauma. But I've already seen it. And that does not make it any better. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself otherwise. So Nina, would you kindly keep an eye on Azusa for me?
Got it.
Doctor, we don't have a moment to waste. Coming. It's as if you said, Mr. Harima. The scene of the death is left in an untouched state. Let's investigate as much as we can. Let's start with these glowy things. All of these materials look to be work-related. There are times when I took care of Mr. Sakaki face-to-face, and he almost seemed very zealous about his work. I see. Just by looking at his desk alone, one can get the impression that he was a man who was fastidious and organized. He kept everything running smoothly. There's nothing to suggest that this window was never opened. On top of that, the window blinds are still closed. It looks that way. What? Did I not look at this? What's this? There's something in here when I pulled out the desk drawer. This is Mr. Sakaki's last will and testament. Then, this is a huge find. Interesting. From a glance I can tell this will has been entirely penned by hand. But it'd be improper for us to read it before the family gets the chance to. I'll hand it over to Miss Sakaki later. I agree. That'd be for the best. Should we really be holding on to that? Dr. Harima, would you please examine the body?
Right away.
What's this? Did you discover something, Doctor?
Mr. Inaba, even though this does look like Mr. Sakaki hung himself, I see signs to convince me that this was set up to look like a suicide.
Are you certain?
Yeah, all of these ligature marks on his neck do match strangulation by rope, but the bruising is inconsistent from what I've seen with suicides. You know what this suggests, don't you?
That someone strangled him to death with a rope, then used the same rope to hang him afterwards.
Judging from the rigor mortis, I can estimate he died around 11 p.m. last night. However, I can't deduce anything further without a complete autopsy. I'm positive that we're looking at a murder here.
Then Mrs. Sakaki's intuition was right all along.
Which means that we have a homicide on our hands.
To think this case started off as an infidelity investigation. Just what is going on here? What's going on? Why are there civilians at the death scene? Seems the police have finally made their entrance.
Why does that voice sound familiar?
Hey, you guys, what on earth are you thinking? Waltzing into a death scene as if it's your right. Oh, you're...
Just my luck. Hi, Kyoko, sweetheart. Dear, just what do you think you're doing? I'm so sorry. It won't happen again.
Don't think you can sorry your way out of this time. Now tell me, what were you thinking? Is this lady an acquaintance of yours by chance? You could say that. She is Dr. Harima's wife, after all.
Oh, Detective Inaba, it's been a while. My darling husband is forever indebted to you. I received a report of a DB at this residence, so I came as quickly as I could.
I appreciate your insistence, Inspector Harima.
Still, Mr. Inaba, even though I know you meant well, I still can't have you doing whatever you please. It creates extra work for me down at the station. It'll all work out, honey.
Don't think you're already forgiven, Muffin.
Yes, dear. I wanted to perform a thorough investigation, but I suppose you two have already done that for me now, haven't you?
Yes. I was just getting ready to go tell the family the results of our investigation. Mr. Ishihara, would you please go ahead and gather everyone in the dining room? I will report my findings there.
Leave it to me, sir.
Now then, let us make way to the dining room.
Of course. Very well. Welcome back, Mr. Inaba. I hope you found what you're looking for. Oh, and Inspector Harima, I just want to say that it's been a while. How have you been? I've been doing fine. It's good to see you as well, Nina. Sorry for ignoring you earlier. You know, police duties and all. But let me say that you've blossomed into such a beautiful young woman since we last met. I bet you have to fend off the boys all the time now. Am I really? I mean, I'm not that pretty.
As I've said before, you are terrible at hiding how pleased you are.
Nina, do you know this lady? Is she a friend of yours? Yeah, Azusa. She's a good person. You can trust her. Maybe she can be your friend too, just like me. It seems like the two of you have gotten close while we were away. Yep, we had nothing to do, so we decided to chat with each other for quite a bit and became fast friends. So I got to learn a lot about Azusa and his family. And I got to hear a lot of interesting stories about Mr. Inaba that you wouldn't believe.
Really now?
Azusa, shh! That was supposed to be a secret.
I can't wait to hear about these tall tales you filled his head with later on, Arimura, including all the nitty-gritty details. For now, we need to get to the dining room.
Right behind you.
She's in trouble. Hey, my man detective. I heard you found something juicy about my old man's death. So, what is it? We're all dying to hear. Thank you everyone for coming. There is something I must let you all know concerning the death of Mr. Sakaki.
What did you discover?
I will not mince words, ma'am. I'm afraid that your husband did not commit suicide. He was murdered. Are you serious? It can't be. Additionally, I have found that Mr. Sakaki had a holographic will. It is his will. It is a will he entirely handwrote and signed himself. It also requires no witness to verify.
Father wrote his own will?
So not only was it not a suicide, but Dad's will was discovered as well. Mr. Sakaki likely realized his time was coming regardless, and wrote his will in preparation. Or maybe he suspected that someone wanted him dead and wrote his will for that purpose.
May I see it? His last testament.
Of course. Here you go, ma'am. Would you prefer for us to wait outside?
No, it's all right. I want all of us to hear it together.
Understood.
This is the last will and testament of me, Rindo Sakaki. I hereby cancel all previous wills I have made of every nature and kind whatsoever. All the rest, residue, and remainder of my estate, both real and personal, of whatsoever kind of character and wherever situated. Huh? Am I reading this correctly?
What seems to be the problem, ma'am?
I will give device and bequeath to my daughter, Sakura Sakaki, to be hers absolutely and forever. I sign my name to my last will and testament, written on this one piece of paper this 9th of December 2016, Rindo Sakaki. He left it all to me?
What? This has to be some kind of sick joke. You mean to tell me the old man left his entire fortune to that stupid bubble brain? This must be some sort of mistake.
Dad would have never left this inheritance to Sakura. It's unthinkable. That will must be forged or something. No, Akane. I'm afraid you're wrong. This is your father's handwriting. I know it is. Impossible. Me? The heir? But...
If you'd prefer, Miss Sakura, you could always appoint someone else in lieu of yourself.
Sakura, dear. Yes, Mother. I know you were never interested in the family business, and rarely, if ever, assisted in the matter. However, you have always gone above and beyond when it came to taking care of me and your father. It could be that maybe he was finally recognizing those efforts and expressing his gratitude. It is your father's decision, after all. You shouldn't feel ashamed, so hold your head up high, dear. You shall be the one to succeed as the family's heir. I understand, Mother.
This is bull. Are you even hearing yourself, Mom? It's tradition for the firstborn son to take over as the heir of the family, or have you forgotten?
He's right. Natsume's the oldest son, isn't he? So what the heck does that leave him?
I will have silence from the both of you. You must respect that everything is your father's decision, him being of sound mind and judgment. Forgive me if I'm not convinced. Yes, it's true. Sakura was all too happy to help out the family in her own unique fashion. But it doesn't change the fact that she shirked her duties when it came to business. She should not be the one to inherit all of that.
Yeah, Tsubiki's right. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen up, everyone. The fact that this will has come to light and is now legally binding cannot be changed, so please calm down. Hold up. Aren't we all forgetting something strange that the detective said earlier? Something about the old man not offing himself, but someone doing it to him instead? I did indeed say that, yes. Sakura, you did it, didn't you? You sneaky, greedy...
I couldn't!
Everyone, settle down. I want to hear what Detective Inaba has to say regarding all that has happened. Well, I will first say that this matter requires more investigation. Very well. Until the time comes when Detective Inaba arrives at the conclusion regarding the situation, we shall honor the will and have Sakura be the heir. Furthermore, I will not abide any further slander or discussion involving the matter. Am I clear? Now then, Mr. Inaba, I give you free rein to investigate the case of my husband's murder. Please, solve this mystery for me and my family. You have my word, ma'am.
I'm getting a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach.
That entire exchange did nothing but show the worst side of human beings.
Their father's murdered and all they can do is squabble over who gets his money.
That's just the way people are.
Very cruel and heartless, isn't it?
Come on, everyone. This is no time to be dragging your feet. Listen, I'm gonna head back to the station so we can perform an official autopsy on the Decedent? What? Descendant? That doesn't make any sense. Please, don't ruin the crime scene in my absence. And remember to always wear gloves whenever you touch evidence, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be careful. Oh, and Pumpkin? Can I trust that you'll do all you can to help Mr. Inaba out? I don't want to come back and hear you chickened out at the last minute. Will do, dear. Lastly, Mr. Inaba, good luck. Shall we begin the investigation?
I feel that we should first focus on gathering everyone's alibis.
And after we're through with that, we should give Mr. Sakaki's room a once-over. Okay. So...
Hey, Mr. Investigator, how's it going?
Azusa, I have to ask, where were you and what were you doing last night at 11 p.m.?
Oh, are you interviewing us for alibis? I see. Just like a real detective.
Just tell me what you were doing, if you'd please.
I will. No need to rush. At the time, I was reading a book I borrowed from Tsubaki. It was extremely engrossing. You should also give her a read one of these days.
That's not an alibi.
It isn't? Actually, before that, I took my little sister Aoi to bed at 9 p.m. And that's when I went back to my bedroom and started reading that book.
Azusa, can you think of anyone else I should know?
Well, you should know my dad hasn't been eating meals with us for a while now. Furthermore, he rarely even left his room. I can't say when I last saw him. I guess it's accurate to say he avoided us. Did your father not get along with everyone? It'd be much simpler to say that not only did Dad hate everyone here, but the feeling was mutual. How awful. Mom's always crying with the way things are, and I don't know why she married a man like that. Well, look at how late it's gotten. Time for me to go back to my bedroom. We'll have a chit-chat later. Good luck on the case, Mr. Great Investor Inaba.
Thanks. Okay, who else we got? Oh, hello, buddy. Mr. Kurita, may I have a moment?
Sure, what do you need, sir?
Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night? What was I doing last night? At the time, I was sleeping comfy in my bedroom. Early to bed, early to rise, you know? And can you think of anything else I should know? Anything else?
Well, let's see. No, not really, sir.
Very well then. Thank you for your time. No flower-related information? Okay, nobody here. Nobody here. Nobody here. Or here. Mr. Ishimura, may I speak with you for a moment? You may. What is it you want to talk about, sir? Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night? At 11 p.m.? I was in the kitchen making preparations for tomorrow morning's breakfast. Were you alone? Yes, sir. I always perform my duties unassisted. Did you happen to run into or see anyone during that time? No one comes to mind. Everyone usually stays in their respective rooms around that time. In other words, you have no alibi. I'm afraid so, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your honesty as well. Miss Sasamoto, may I have a moment of your time?
Certainly, sir. Do you need my assistance with something?
Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night?
I was doing nothing in particular, sir. After I finished my work cleaning up the estate, I just went to my bedroom for the night, as I normally do, sir.
Really now?
Yes, sir. Believe me, sir. I didn't see anyone, no one at all, and I didn't go into anyone's bedroom, I swear.
I don't recall asking those questions.
You didn't, sir. Forgive me, sir. Is there anything else you needed?
No, that'd be all. Thank you for your time.
Was it just me, or was Miss Sasamoto seriously shaking like a leaf there?
She was indeed. Conversely to what she said, Miss Sasamoto definitely met with someone that night and entered their room.
Why is she trying to hide it then?
That's something we'll have to question her again later when we find out some evidence to this. In the meantime, I'll keep this detail in mind. Still can't go in the storage room. So I guess we'll go up.
I have nothing more to say, sir.
Fine. Alright. Mr. Natsume, Mrs. Shimizu, may I have a moment of your time? Huh? What now? We don't have time for this. Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night? Why the hell would I tell you any of that? I must confirm everyone's alibi is why. What? Are you trying to accuse me of killing my old man? I'm asking everyone the same question. If you've done nothing wrong, then you have nothing to hide. I was in my room sleeping. Yuki and I were drinking until about 10 p.m. I must have passed out or whatever sometime around there.
As for me, well, you already heard, Natsume. After he passed out, I headed back to my guest room and went to sleep.
In other words, both of you don't have an alibi for that time. Are you deaf? Didn't you hear a word we said?
You don't believe us? What's your problem, you second-rate has-been? Okay, everyone, settle down. Mr. Natsume, Miss Shimizu, it's not that Mr. Inaba doesn't believe you. He was trying...
Shut up. We've heard enough from you guys. Let's go, Natsume. Yeah, babe. We don't need this. Hey, detective. Good one, buddy. No matter what anyone says, I'm not the killer. So don't do anything that you would regret later, okay? Heard you loud and clear. Bye! Never want to see you again. Alright, where else can we go? Maybe somebody in the bar? Drinking their sorrows? No? Too early for that, huh? Okay, let's go here. Miss Akane, may I have a moment of your time? What do you want? Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night? Excuse you? Oh, I see now. You're checking alibis, is that it? That's correct. If you have to know, I was in my room last night writing up my essay, and I was by myself the whole time. There. Satisfied? That's not a satisfactory alibi in the slightest. Of course, whatever you say. Look, you're not gonna find one person under this roof who can provide a better alibi for that time, so let's get real here, okay? Duly noted. And can you think of anything else I should know? Even if it seems irrelevant, anything can help. If you want to go digging that badly, then like 3 years ago, Dad was involved in a terrible car accident.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he was hit by a drunk driver. It was pretty bad. It left Dad seriously injured, and the car he was driving was totaled as well. We were almost certain that Dad wouldn't pull through. Thinking he was gonna die, it kinda drove the family into a state of panic. In the end, Dad made a full recovery. However, he refused to eat with us since the incident.
That's a real sudden change to be making. Is it possible that Mr. Sakaki suffered from some emotional trauma from the car accident?
Don't know. Dad honestly wasn't the sort of person to let such things get to him. That's just the way he was. Anyway, ever since then, Ishihara and Sasamoto personally took Dad's meals over to him. Could you think of anything else you can add? Anything other than that? No, not really. Very well. Thank you for your time. Bye! Aoi, may I speak to you about yesterday?
What do you want to speak to me about, Mr. Inaba?
Where were you and what were you doing at 11 o'clock last night?
At 11 o'clock? I was sleeping at the time. 9 o'clock's usually my bedtime. My big brother Azusa always reads me a story until I fall asleep.
Thank you. It looks like you really are a good little sister to your family.
Yeah, I am. I also personally am in charge of waking everyone up in the house. I call it my rise and shine treatment. Since I always wake up first thing in the morning, I take it upon myself to go to everyone's room to wake them up. The rest of my brothers and sisters are always so busy with their work, they need me to take care of them. Wow, that's amazing, Aoi. It's the least I can do to help out. And if there's ever a chance that any of you three are planning to have a sleepover with us, I'll make sure you all get Aoi's rise and shine treatment too. That's so cute. Thank you for the offer, Aoi.
Aw, she is pretty adorable. Okay, so we need to go up here now. Miss Sakura, may I have a moment of your time?
Oh my, do you need something?
Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night?
Last night? I was already sleeping around that time last night. Why do you ask?
No specific reason. Also, did you notice anything out of the ordinary lately?
Notice anything? Now that you mention it, I've noticed that Mother has been getting a lot of bruises lately.
Bruises?
Yes, due to my mother's age, her frail body bruises fairly easily from contact. I sometimes help her with changing your clothes and such, and I noticed the bruises then.
Can you think of anything else I should know?
Anything else? No, sorry. Nothing comes to mind, sir.
Very well then. Thank you for your time. Well, that was nice. Well, not really. I mean, she's got bruises all over her body, but it's nice that Sakura, like, actually helped. Mr. Tsubaki, may I speak with you for a moment? Yes, detective. Where were you and what were you doing at 11 p.m. last night? Questioning for alibis, are we? In that case, I was in my room reading during that time. Is there anyone who can confirm that alibi? No, I'm afraid not. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary lately? Nothing in particular, sir. Very well then. Thank you for your time. Yeah, I don't like you either. Oh, hey, what's up? Good to see you again.
What? You still want to doubt me?
Yep. Everyone in this place is all too ready to throw me under the bus as the killer. Well, maybe you should just, lay under that bus if it's you, buddy. What is it? Were we gonna search his room? Is that what we were doing? No. Okay. Bathroom. Excuse me, officer. I'd like to investigate the crime scene a little more. I apologize, but we are in the process of ensuring the dissident is being properly transported. I ask you to please wait a little longer.
Well, hey, Mr. Inaba, let's make sure we gather all the information we need from the residents in the meantime.
Yeah, I agree. Miss Sakaki, may I have a moment of your time?
Can I help you with something?
May I ask where you were and what you were doing at 11 p.m. last night?
I see. You are gathering alibis to help solve the case. Very well. During that time, I believe I was sleeping.
Thank you, ma'am. I also noticed that Mr. Sakaki's room is directly across from yours. Did you happen to hear any sort of suspicious noises during the time?
Honestly, I did not. Unless it happens to be an extremely loud noise, then there's no way you can hear anything from here.
I see. Also, did you notice anything out of the ordinary lately?
Nothing comes to mind at the moment, but if I recall anything, you'll be the first to know.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Okay, so now we need to investigate Rindo's room. But I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this episode right here. Oh my god, there's so many characters and so many egos and personalities at stake here. I don't know what's going to happen, but I am excited to find out. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next time AMJ. Let's play.